for many, black and white, that flag was a reminder of systemic oppression and racial subjugation. We see that now. Removing the flag from this state's capital would not be an act of political correctness. It would not be an insult to the valor of Confederate soldiers. It would simply be an acknowledgement that the cause for which they fought, the cause of slavery, was wrong.
When the glory comes, it will be ours. It will be ours. Oh, one day, when the war is won, we will be sure. We will be sure. Oh, glory, glory, glory. Oh, glory, glory. Hands to the heavens, no man, no weapon formed against, yes, glory is destined.
The Civil War happened during 1861 through 1865. It started because leaders of southern states were dissatisfied that Abraham Lincoln won the 1860 election. The South was afraid of losing their economic system. The system was based on agriculture and dependent on slave labor. The southern states started to act on their promise to secede from the United States and start their own nation. 13 states seceded. The first one was South Carolina, then Mississippi, Florida, Alabama, Georgia, and Louisiana. Then Texas, Virginia, Arkansas, North Carolina, Tennessee. Then Missouri and Kentucky were neutral at first, then later on joined. The Civil War officially started on April 12, 1861, when Confederate troops fired on Fort Sumter, a U.S. military post in Charleston Harbor, off the coast of Charleston, South Carolina. The Union Army were hesitant to use African American troops in the war. They felt that African soldiers were not as skilled as them and brave as white soldiers. They felt that Africans were better suited for jobs as carpenters, cooks, guards, and scouts. The first official flag of the Confederacy was known as the Confederate battle flag. The stars and bars were used as the official flag of the Confederacy from March 1861 to May of 1863. The patterns and colors of the flag distinguish the stars and stripes of the Union. What does the Confederate flag stand for? The Confederate flag is a battle flag. A battle flag is a flag used by two different parties during a war to let the comrades know where they are during the war. If the flag falls, that means they have been defeated. The flag was flown during the Civil War under the Confederate against the Union. What the flag represents to Southerners. It represents Southern heritage and Southern pride. African American Anthony Harvey believes the Civil War was not fought over slavery, and he believes the myth of my race in America is not of the white man, but rather of our own making. What the flag represents to people with a different perspective. They see hatred and an ugly dark truth. The people of the past generation that used that flag were okay with keeping and enslaving humans of their own benefits. The following year after the Civil War, the Ku Klux Klan restrained and threatened newly freed slaves using the Confederate flag to terrorize African Americans to put fear into their hearts, a warning sign of danger and for them to run. The civil rights movement of the 1960s also saw an upward movement of the Ku Klux Klan activity, including bombing of black schools and churches and violence against black and white activists in the South. The Confederate flag in its current form was endorsed by the seceding slave states to separate their banner from the stars and stripes on the battlefield. It is a symbol of brutal attack on the Union. Those who fought beneath the Confederate flag were fighting to retain slavery, and the states that fought with them were fighting for their freedom. They wanted an economic system in which they could kidnap people from Africa and force them into working for no salary. Any individual found kidnapping people today and forcing them into labor for no compensation will go straight to jail. The flag was used in the 1950s and after as a symbol of oppression to the civil rights movement. The flag had been embraced as a symbol by many members of the white supremacists and the KKK movement. Putting it in the State House just makes it look as though the state condones those type of behavior. I believe the Confederate flag belongs in textbooks and museums. It is a part of American history, even if it's a dark, ugly truth. This is not to say that we have not made progress since 1865, though the acts of courage and support African Americans have fought back against white supremacists for the past 150 years.